Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Kogscast. My name is Clockwork, and this is State of the Game, bringing you all the latest news from the wonderful world of gaming. Where,
once you take the black, your past is dead. You must wash away your former loyalties. Forget your family and friends. They cease to exist. Such is the strength of our oath.
Who do you think I am? I'm not one of those noble ladies that gets carted around in a carriage, you know.
Oh, really? The choice was mine. The punishment should have been mine. This was why I asked you, my friend, my brother, to watch over them. How could you do this, you son of a bitch?
Sorcery! Treachery!
They trusted you. I trusted you.
Come on, Lord, and do it well. I was obeying my orders.
You have nothing to say. You were the one who convinced me to take the black.
We had to punish you, as an example to others.
We are your only hope. We are your duty.
No, wait, Maud!
Let me through.
Take him to the Red Key.
Lord, mercy.
Bloody cockroaches! River Spring will be mine, whether you like it or not! I feel its heat inside.
First up, I was haunting my Twitter stream yesterday and saw this tweet posted by GameSpot regarding New Year's End, a short Bioshock-themed film directed by Mr. Jared W. Potter that came out on the 25th of March and is being hosted on Machinima's own YouTube channel and newyearsend.com. When I congratulated Mr. Potter on his splendid production, noting its high quality, especially in the area of the Big Daddy special effects, he responded with thank you, and told me that he'll be attending PAX East this weekend, where he will be meeting up with the development team behind the seminal game. He also hinted at the possibility of future project collaborations between Irrational and he, the Fanfic's director. In the wake of the big-budget Bioshock film losing its second director on the 26th of March of this year, after ongoing budget issues and concerns over an R rating negatively affecting sales, mayhap the studio is looking to produce something of a smaller scale film, with a director passionate about creating a film true to the Bioshock setting and story. Mr. Potter declined to provide any concrete details about what may come of this meeting, so this is all speculation, but I for one am excited to hear that perhaps all is not lost for a true to the series Bioshock cinematic experience. Moving on, last week rumours took wing that the next Sony console would be called, or is under the codename of, the PlayStation Orbis. Sony declined to confirm the rumours, as is their policy, but the system specs and other details have been speculated upon nevertheless. That's of no interest to a consummate PC gamer like myself, but there are links down below if you wish to check out my sources. What does interest me though are the apparent anti-used game measures which are supposedly being built into the console, whereby new games, available either as physical or digital copies, will have to be registered with a PlayStation Network or PSN account in much the same way as physical copies of MMORPGs are registered with player accounts and can then be updated and re-downloaded at the account holder's discretion. Sony are also going with a limited variant of the old digital rights management, or DRM tactic, of requiring that the game be authenticated online before you'll be able to play it, but not quite as far as requiring the user to be online at all times. The idea behind all this is that if you purchase a used game, you'll be limited to a trial version of said game and need to pay a fee to unlock its complete content, assuring that brick-and-mortar games merchants cannot recycle games for pure profit and that developers reap revenue for every individual player of their game. This seems like a very effective measure to drastically limit the loss of potential revenue caused by the sale of used games, although it'll have next to no effect on piracy due to the fact that the first thing any cracker will do is disable the online authentication protocol in much the same way as they do with PC titles. My news sources are also reporting that Sony is confident that they'll have the PS4/Orbis out before the Xbox 720, although there are conflicting reports of precisely when this will be, Christmas next year or 2014. Talking of the Xbox 720, Microsoft don't trust its consumer base, and Mr. Jim Sterling of Destructoid and myself lament their decision to implement Always Online DRM into the core functionality of the next Xbox, requiring that you must be online at all times to play games. This form of DRM only serves to irritate the legitimate consumer. It has long been fact that when you add DRM to your products, crackers will break it eventually, as security is all about precisely how costly you can make it for your enemy to attack you, not about preventing them from ever succeeding. So, zealous anti-piracy measures are doomed to failure from the start, as it only takes one person or group looking for a challenge to undo your measure, and there's so many more than just one individual or group out there willing to give it a go. Always on DRM simply means that when your loyal customer's Wi-Fi goes down, even for 30 seconds as something interrupts the connection, as has actually happened to me a few times since I started writing the script for my show, the game crashes as you're no longer online and the DRM goes bananas. Granted, this could just be a rumour, and like the PS4, Microsoft are simply implementing online installation / startup authentication measures, which aren't unreasonable, and as mentioned, do assist in the curtailment of used game sales. However, if this is indeed accurate, I only hope they do a better job than the numerous other companies out there who've tried to implement such measures and got burned for it. I tried to find examples of developers who did go ahead and implement Always On, but what I found instead is a slew of public hate for companies who implement most forms of DRM. The best way to combat piracy in my view is to implement measures which means that it's better to get a legitimate copy of the game rather than a pirated one. The most obvious way being to make your game all about being online, all about multiplayer, all about the community, and communicating with other players via your official channel of communication and interaction. MMORPGs, and strangely enough StarCraft 2, are the most prolific examples of this, whereby to experience the full game, you need to be interacting with the official provider. MMOs are all about experiencing the world with thousands of other players and receiving regular updates to the game, making private servers, as they are known, not nearly as interesting as the official hosts. StarCraft 2, meanwhile, has a token single-player campaign which is over in a couple of hours, forcing the now hooked player to seek out either multiplayer ladder games, which has since spawned an entire esports community from the original StarCraft, or the modding community which is once again proliferated via multiplayer online servers hosted by the developer, Blizzard. There is no need to piss off your entire player base with DRM, you just need to provide a service that the pirates can't. Multiplayer, modding, in-game events. Hell's Bells provide a quasi-multiplayer ghost player component, like Dark Souls, which can assist or penalize the player with the Player versus Environment, or PvE campaign, which functions as part of the game's entertainment value, and that'd be something. Genuine incentive, reward for legitimacy, don't criminalize your own fanbase, provide a better service.